Hi, this is Brian from the Vintage Type. Today's video is going to be removing the ribbon vibrator without disassembling the rest of the machine. Michael had a question about that. He has a vibrator that's kind of gummed up and he wanted to clean it, but he didn't want to damage the paint and everything else. It's kind of hard to get to. So we're going to cover that, and what that'll involve is, of course, removing the ribbon, these keys, this plate, the bar on the backspacer, getting under the machine, loosening a few screws, and then pulling this guy out. So I'll get started on that. Alright, the next step is to remove the screws, or at least one of the screws on this backspacer bracket. So the inside screw we're going to remove, and the outermost screw we're just going to loosen that up so then I can pivot that bracket. Don't know if you can see in there with that light gone. Alright, here we go. Doing this one-handed. It's a little awkward. A little bit ago I magnetized my screwdrivers, and boy, that sure helps when you're getting into a tight spot. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. Here, I'm going to loosen this other screw, and then I'll turn the machine over. There we go. Alright, so hopefully you can see that this screw is removed and this screw is loose. And let's turn this over. Okay. Can we see it? Got to face it the right direction. Getting a little lost here. Okay, so now I can take this and move it quite a bit out of the way, and so now as I go in this way to get to those screws to remove this ribbon vibrator, I can get to those now. So I'll change the camera angle. Well, the next thing to take off is this turnbuckle here, and I've got the top and the bottom nut loose, and those turn counterclockwise, so they go this direction when you're unscrewing them. With the center barrel nut, you do really need to count the revolutions, because that is your alignment that makes this work right, and if you don't get it the spacing just right on all this stuff, it really messes it up. So make sure you count your revolutions. This is an ignition wrench. It's a Craftsman, and it's a 3/16. It seems to work real well. And just need to get this loose, and once we do that, and this goes clockwise to unscrew it. Try to keep my fat fingers out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. 2, 22, and there we go. Alright, as you can see, the turnbuckle is loose now. 22 revolutions, got it undone. And now, since I really can't show you in here, it just doesn't work right, I can't get a good visual on it. Here's a little teaching aid, something I've taken apart, and you can see the screws in here. These two right there, and that is the last bit of it. Undo those screws and this little guy will come out. So, since I really can't show you that other than they are right down in here, that's about it. I'll show you what it looks like when I take it out. Okay, here's what it looks like with the ribbon vibrator out. Once you get this piece off and these two screws out, it just comes right out. Like I say, remember to count the revolutions on that middle barrel nut. This top screw, once you break it loose, it's easier to get to it with a small screwdriver, something like this. There's not much left of this guy, but it worked pretty well to get this off. And then the other thing I forgot to tell you is if you do a shift back, that gives you enough room to get that screwdriver in there. It lines everything up better to get this off. So that's about it. I'm going to go put this back together now. But that's how you get the ribbon vibrator out of a machine if you don't want to take the center section out, or you don't need to, and take everything else apart. So it's not exactly an easy task. I'll just reverse the process to put it back in, and I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.